So how are we all doing on Mental Health Awareness Week? Can you give me a little emoji in the chat box on your mood right now? What emoji represents your mood right now? Oh, Becky, yeah, long day. Oh, running away, running to somewhere, or feeling good running. Okay. Well, I'm hoping by the end of this session we're gonna have a lot of smiley faces, maybe some stars. Oh, we've got a smiley face rushing home. Yep. I love that was actually true representation, that one. Oh, Sumi, we're gonna change that. We're gonna turn that frown upside down. We are. I want to make sure that we get absolutely the most out of this session. So I will be letting people in as we go. So just obviously bear with me that I will just every now and again be clicking people to come in. But it is 6 o'clock and I'm really keen to get started because I have absolutely jam-packed this free workshop for Mental Health Awareness Week. So I'm going to start straight away. Welcome. Good evening, everybody. I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for being here tonight with me, taking the time out of your day to actually turn up and be here while I present live. I totally. Oh, it's 10:46. Wow. I'm so appreciative you're here, even though it's that time. Obviously, I will be talking and looking at the chat as well as we go through. So I will see what goes in the chat box. So very good evening for you. So feel free to have cameras on, cameras off. Absolutely up to you. I love having cameras on, but it is completely up to you what you want to do. So, but I do ask that you stay muted throughout this because a lot of this is going to be me delivering. And in order for it to be as smooth as possible, so I don't forget my flow, I ask that everybody keeps muted. So for this session, what you're going to need is you're going to need a nice drink, whether it's hot or cold. So if you haven't got one, go grab it. It's always really good to stay hydrated. I've got myself some water here, and I've also got myself a green tea. So I've got a hot and cold drink. You're also going to need a pen and notepad, and you're going to need to be ready to interact in the chat box because this is going to be an active session. Now, I'm not asking anybody to stand up and do any role play or anything like that, but I am asking people to take part in with writing, with sending me emojis, things like that. So, as I said, we've got so much content to get through. I've absolutely jam-packed this session, so I can't wait to share with you what we're going to do today to help work on your well-being. So, welcome. So, who am I? For those that don't know me, my name is Danni GT, and I'm a personal development coach, life coach, and a self-love coach as well. I also am a corporate wellness coach. So, as a personal development coach, what that means is I help individuals work on addressing self-doubt, removing limiting beliefs, and embracing self-love to help them find the confidence to live a life that they truly love. And as a corporate wellness coach, I work with businesses to implement wellness initiatives. I help staff understand how well-being impacts their performance, and I support individuals in career development as well. So I have a holistic approach to well-being and mindfulness, and this very much comes from me delivering these sessions, what you're attending today, at my most recent career in the games industry. So I have been delivering these sessions for around delivering these sessions in a corporate environment and this sort of environment for around 3 years. But I really have been practicing mindfulness, meditation, stress management for actually, it says 4 plus there, but it's actually 5. I worked out today. Due to my own experiences. I was really keen on understanding well-being and how it can help you kind of live your best life. So, as I said, about delivering these sessions, I've been really fortunate to have been coaching for around 3 years within CA, Creative Assembly, which is where I used to work, helping individuals progress in their careers, through their personal lives, and support in areas such as leadership and transitioning into leadership. So all of my methods that I use in coaching involve well-being, mindfulness, positive mindset, and stress reduction techniques. All these are ways that I have found with the clients that I've worked with, are really they're a really high success rate in order to help you become truly successful in the life that you want to live, career, things like that. So just wanted to add as well. Obviously, I've put my qualifications here so you can all see I am legit. This is something that I really as love doing. So I've actually gone out and got the qualifications and I have practiced these. But something else I wanted to add as well is I do actually, as well as these, which is on paper, I do actually have my own YouTube channel and Instagram page, which is where I do talk about my experiences with mental health and my diagnosis, which is why I am so passionate about making this workshop free and accessible for so many people. So that's why I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that so many people have signed up. But talking about the YouTube and Instagram, if that is something that you wanted to learn more about, then I will actually be sharing my socials at the very end as well. So this week, Mental Health Awareness Week, I'm going to be saying that so much. So if I trip over my words, you have to follow along with me and bear with. But this year's theme is move more for mental health. It's actually move more for mental health. So what we're going to be covering in today's workshop is I will be taking you through a desk-based stretching routine that you can use daily. So this is designed for people who don't incorporate stretching or exercise in their day-to-day routine. But even if you are someone who does a lot of exercise already, this is still very useful to do because I have very much been guilty myself. I'm very active in fitness, but when you sit at a desk all day, or even if you're standing all day, it's actually really hard to sometimes stop and take the moment to do that. So I'm going to be taking you through that, and I'm going to be guiding you through that today. I'm also going to be taking you through a couple of mindfulness stress reduction techniques. These are things that have absolutely proven to reduce my personal stress, my anxiety, and I've used these with my clients as well. I'm also going to take you through an activity where you can understand your well-being and what areas of your well-being you need to prioritize right now. What needs the most care right now? And then you will come away at the end with an action plan for you to work on your well-being. So to check everybody's still here with me, because when I'm talking, it's like I'm just talking into thin air. I want to see a yellow emoji in the chat. Give me a yellow emoji. And if you're watching this on the recording, you can still chuck a yellow emoji somewhere. Ah, tiger, cat, love it. Love seeing these random emojis. So I should also add as well, I have seen some hands up go up every now and again. If you have any questions at all, pop it in the chat and you can absolutely ask questions along the way. And I will address them as we go. So feel free to ask along the way. Feel free to ask along the way. Don't worry about waiting to the end. Like I'm happy to address things as we go. But good, I can see that people are still here. They're still with me. Great. Okay. So first off, I'd like you to go and grab your pen and paper and have that ready because we're going to start with a couple of questions that I would like you to reflect on while we're here. So before I carry on, Archana, I see that you've got your hand up. If you want to pop anything in the chat, let me know. Let me know and I can answer that for you. So grabbing your pen and paper, seeing a couple join us now. Welcome, welcome. So if you're just joining now, just join in with the flow. So what I'm going to be working on at the minute is asking you to bring a pen and paper. So if you've got a pen and paper, absolutely brilliant. So I'd like you to jot a few bullet points down in answer to this question on your screen now. So what does mental health mean to you? What does good mental health mean to you? What does poor mental health mean to you? What does that term mean to you? Now, as we go throughout this, if you would like, you are absolutely welcome to jot some comments and things in the chat box. The reason I like to do that is it's nice for people to share their interpretation of what things mean. It can help encourage other people to speak up as well. But Alternatively, there is no pressure to put anything. This can be a completely private session for you. So what does mental health mean to you? Okay, so I'm going to move on. Same again, pulling out that pen and paper, jotting a few bullet points down. What does well-being mean to you? What does that term well-being mean to you? Does it mean mental well-being? Does it mean physical well-being, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being? Yep, brilliant. So I'm seeing some comments come up in the chat. Able to function in daily life. That is such a hit the nail on the head. That is my that is basically my definition for well-being. Is absolutely being able to function day to day. Ability to comfortably lead a life you enjoy. Absolutely. These are like all what it means to us. And there is no right or wrong answer here. This isn't a case of me, I'm going to display what the definition is at all. This is about you becoming aware. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? So moving on to the next one, again, either in the chat or in your notebook. How do you take care of your mental health? What do you do right now to take care of your mental health? Welcome to people just joining now. Love having you here. If you're just joining now, don't worry. This obviously is going to be recorded, so don't feel like you're going to miss the beginning bit at all because you can go back and rewatch it. I'm going to try and run it tomorrow. I'm going to try and send it out tonight. I will aim to send it out tonight. If not, it will be tomorrow morning. But where we're at the minute is just grabbing a pen and paper or being really active in the chat. Don't worry, Jess, at all. No problem. I'm just glad you can make it. People will be coming in and out at different times. But what we're doing is just either adding in the chat in answer to these questions, or we're doing it on a pen and paper and making it more of a private practice. Yep, love this. Luke, therapy, running, both. I very much agree are really, holistic approaches on how to take care of your mental well-being. It's a personal practice, right? It's very personal. Tristan, helpful daily routines. This is the big one I preach. I actually do a workshop on routines and habits. That is something that is so important. Preparedness is a key word in reducing stress. It really is. Becky, getting better at listening to my brain and body when they tell me they need something. Yes. Oh my goodness, a phrase I absolutely live by is listen to your body. What is your body trying to tell you? When you are sick, there is disease in the body that's trying to tell you something that you need to rest in an area. Or maybe energy is stuck in that area. Mindfulness, exercise, social interaction, and sleeping. Love, love, love. Brilliant. So moving on to our last question here. What exercise or movement do you do daily or weekly? Think about what is your exercise routine look like right now. And that could be from walking, that could be cycling to work, that could be you go to the gym or you do a class 3 times a week. What kind of like there's no right or wrong, but just reflecting on what is your exercise or movement that you do daily. Do you get up every hour on the hour at work? No right or wrong. No right or wrong at all. I walk on average miles a day, sometimes more. How many miles do you walk? How many miles? I want to see. It's going to put me to shame probably. Now that the weather is getting more beautiful, trying to walk outside every day somewhere green. That is such a great goal and a great intention to have every day, and especially because the weather is absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I cannot praise how good Pokemon Go was and is still. It really gets people out. I am that person as well. Weekly runs, park run is a great idea. Because it doesn't always have to be things that you do that cost money. There is so many things that you do free. Standing desk is a great shout. This is a really good shout. You know, for those that don't have a standing desk, is there something you can invest in to lift your laptop up to stand? Becky, very little movement on an average day for me. But that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes we can't always achieve it. So it doesn't have to be daily, but what could be weekly? But I'm going to help. I'm going to help you this evening with my desk stretching routine that is going to help you be able to move. So yoga first thing. Love it. Love it. That is, I'm with you there. Walking, working out at home, so many different things. Cycle to work and back 20 minutes each way. So walking on your, like you're walking at work on your feet all day. So really, when we kind of look at it, you know, some of us are active, some of us are not. But that's okay. Today isn't about that. It's giving ideas to each other. Like maybe there's something that sparks a little idea for somebody. But the aim for me today is to be able to take you through a desk stretching routine, which we are actually coming on to right now. So you have to bear with me because I'm going to have to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to have to make myself big so you can see me properly. So let's let's pray this all works. Okay. Can you see me? Am I pinned? I'd love some interaction in the chat to let me know that you can see me full screen. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, brilliant. So, yes, thank you. Right. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is I'm going to take you through a routine that I do when I'm sat at my desk all day because this is the sort of work that I do. This can work for somebody who does stand on their feet all day because sometimes when you stand in one place, we're still not really moving that much of our body. I can see you, but not pinned. Don't know if it's me thing. Let me try. So, well, mine says it's pinned. Let me try and spotlight for everyone. Okay. I should be big on your screen right now. Great. I'm seeing thumbs up. Fabulous. Now you can see that I'm here. I'm here on your screen now. It's much better when I'm a little person in the corner. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to join in with me. However, if you do not want to, that is absolutely fine. I'm still going to do it regardless because I'm going to show you what to do. So the idea of this is that you would do this, sat at your desk, and you can do it once a day or like, you know, 11 says 3 p.m. when you kind of have those breaks, when you kind of step away from your desk, it's a good time to do it. I'm going to show you seated. So if you can join me and come sitting, it can be cross-legged if you like, but ideally you would be sat on a chair because I'm going to demonstrate on a chair. So now, if I go too fast for anybody, just please let me know because I can't see anybody. So I trust that you're following or that my instructions will be okay. Okay. So as I said at the beginning, you may be experienced in fitness and already know what you're doing. This is designed for everybody. This is designed for people who are experienced in fitness, maybe have their own stretching routine, and also people who really have no idea at all. So coming, sitting on your seat, arms just nice and relaxed. We're going to start with dropping the head side to side. So what I like to do when I'm stretching is active dynamic stretching, which is where we move and we don't really hold at the same time. So we're just dropping, just loosening that up. So I like to do that just a few times. Good. Coming back up to center. I'm then going to drop to one side and I'm going to drop the head and do little half moon circles. So dropping the head forward, down to the chest, back up the other side. Good. And just rolling through the neck, dropping each side. Good job. I can see Lorna taking part. Love it. Love it, love it. Doing such a good job. Good. Another one. Another last one on each side. Good. And you, as I say, can do this sat at your desk, bringing the head straight up. Good. Now you're going to bring your shoulders up to your ears. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders. Now just drop them down. So really feel that drop. Inhale, bringing the shoulders up, and then exhale and drop, letting it all out. Yes, good, good. I can see Lorna. You're the only one I can see. So I'm so glad that I can see that you're doing it. Good drop. Just a few more times with that. So as we work through this, the way I remember to stretch the body is I always start from the top of the head and I work down each of the muscle groups as we go down. So, Becky, I love that you're doing it. Yep, keep the camera off. Like it's completely up to you. It's completely up for everybody. But I love that you're taking part. Good. And just dropping again. Fab. Now we're going to roll the shoulders backwards. So just a few times, just bring them up, roll them backwards. Leaving the hands. Yes, Jess, Christiana, I can see you. Thank you so much for joining in. Love it. Good. Just a few more rolling back. And switching. Now we're going to roll the shoulders forward. Good. So we've started at the top of the head, working to the neck, working to the shoulders. Good job. Now, placing your hands on your lap, on your desk, wherever you like, you're just going to push your heart forward and bring your shoulder blades back to touch. So we're getting this motion here. So we're like this. Good. And then curving it all in, bringing the shoulders as if they're going to touch in front of us, curving in. So for those that do yoga, we're going to go through cat and cow. So we're really pushing the heart away, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good. And then switching, bringing the shoulder blades in, curving that chest. Just a few more times. Good. This is a really good one for posture. When we're sat at a desk all day, we tend to sit like this, even though it feels quite comfortable. So really loosening up really helps us bring that awareness to our posture again. Good. I'm going to turn back to front to face you. Now, it might be mirrored. I'm not sure, but bringing up your right hand, it might be mirrored, it might not. Bring your right hand across your body. Now you're either going to grab the arm of your chair or you're going to grab your opposite hip. So you're coming across the body. Now, using your hand that isn't across your body, you're going to start to lean on the back of the chair if you're on a chair. Otherwise, just bring it behind you because we're going to come into a nice twist. So we're just twisting from the upper body up and only go as far as feels comfortable. We don't want to be in any pain. The idea of this is to release any tension, but not to cause pain. So if you're using a chair, if you're on a chair, you can use the chair to pull you, keeping those hips and knees forward. Good job. Loosen up. Other side. So we bring our left hand, opposite hip, opposite arm of the chair, reaching over, twisting. Good job. I can see you guys taking part. I'm loving, loving, loving this. The more you do this, the easier it becomes to remember. But switch back to the other side. So we're going back, crossing over the other side. But don't panic because I will actually be releasing this. Obviously, you'll be able to access it in the recording, but I will be releasing it as a written script as well in a follow-up email tomorrow. Just checking that there's good. And last one, other side, coming back, twisting across the body. Good. Oh, we should really feel that shoulders and the middle to upper back opening up now. Good. Back to center. Wrists. I come down to wrists first. So we go down. We've worked the middle. Now wrists. So wrists, I like to roll both at the same time, just right round. If you work in an office, you sit at a desk all day, wrists honestly can be not forgotten about, but they get the brunt of things because we're typing a lot. And the other way, rolling the other way. Good. Really good. Okay. Now stretch your fingers out really wide, really, really wide. Stretch them as far as you can. And now really fast, if it's a blinking star, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. Flicking those hands. Now we're flicking those hands. Yep. This is going to hurt, but it will warm things up. Good. Now shake, shake, shake the wrists out. Good. Well done. That should have built some heat up as well, which is always really good too. Okay. So we've done the top half. Now we're going to move on to the bottom half of the legs. So I am going to try and move down a little bit more so you can see. So coming to sit on the chair or wherever you are, you might be standing. I'll do it for both. If you're sitting, you're going to stretch your leg out in front of you. See my lovely toes there. Sorry about that. You're going to stretch your leg out in front of you and you're going to flex your foot. So if I'm coming to a side, really flex that foot. You should feel this muscle engage, the calf stretching, and you should feel it in the toes as well. So if you're standing, you're going to put the one that we're stretching. Oh God, I've gone blurry. If you're standing, you're going to put the one you're going to stretch behind you and you're going to push into the heel. So I keep going blurry when I do that. So as if you're putting your heel back and you're pushing into the heel. So it's going behind you to stretch into that heel. And then when we're stretching, flexing, we're pointing. So we're going to flick between it. So if you're standing, you're just going to go flitch, leg behind, go point, stretch, point, stretch. But if we're out straight here, we're just going to flick, switch between the point and the flex. Good job. Now roll that ankle round one way. Ankles are also something that get forgotten about as well. And opposite way. Good. Switching legs. So left or right, whichever one you didn't do the first time. Straightening that leg and really pushing through the heel, really getting that stretch along the back of the calf, the top of the leg, and then pointing through the top of that foot, feeling the toes really push away. Good. And then switching between pointing and flexing. You should really feel the build up in here because we want to warm the body at the same time as well as stretching it, because when we sit down or when we stand in one place, we tend to seize up. Good. Roll that ankle out round one way. Kind of wish I'd put shoes on for this so you don't see my bare feet. I'm very sorry about that, everyone. Roll the other way. Good job. Coming back to center now. I finish on the legs because they are the most important part. They hold us, they walk us. They're the things that we need the most. So this I would encourage sitting if you can. So sitting down, you're going to come to what's called a figure 4 stretch. So you're going to pick one of your foot up and bring the ankle to the opposite knee. So you've got this 4 shape here. Sitting back in your chair or back sitting up straight, you're going to push slightly down on the bent knee, but you're going to keep that foot flexed. So the position looks like this. And by pushing down on that, we feel a stretch in the hip and in the glute as well. So this one is we're just chill here now. This one you could do any time of day. You could do in bed. You can do this standing if you want. It's really comfortable to do sitting down. Good. Dropping that leg down, switching sides. Bringing that leg up, figure 4. Flexing that foot because that protects the knee when we come into this turnout, and then just pushing down ever so slightly. It shouldn't be painful. You should feel a stretch, a nice stretch. And we just chill here now. We're just chilling. Good job. Coming back to the center of the room. Shake it out. Shake that energy all around. Good, 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 good. Love it. So, are you still with me? Give me a green emoji in the chat if you're still with me. I want to see that we're still here. Love it. Yes. Tristan was quick. She was so ready for that one. Oh, I love the mixture of that. Yes, yes, love it. That was so quick. That frog one is brilliant as well. Amazing. So give me an emoji. Oh, yes, the wizard one. Love it. Give me an emoji of how that made you feel. How do you feel right now? Love the turtle, Sumi. How does it feel to actually move whilst you're sat at your desk? Looks like that was too much for me. That made me feel really sick. Jess feels like a fairy. Becky feels strong. Katrina's like, I feel really like dopey. Tristan's ready to go out partying. Amazing. I love, love, love all these reactions. Okay, we are coming back to sharing my screen now because we are going to move on. Okay. Again, I'd love your help, your participation. Can you see my slide? Desk-based stretching and a little old me in the corner. Yes. Oh, everybody is so quick to help me out. Thank you so much. So mindfulness for reducing stress. So what I'm going to be sharing with you next is a couple of mindfulness techniques that I use regularly when I'm feeling stressed and anxious. But firstly, let's explore what the term mindfulness means and what it means to you. Alexi. It is Alexi, isn't it? If I pronounce names wrong, please correct me, because I would like to pronounce them correctly. But feel warm and less stiff everywhere. I love that. That is absolutely brilliant. And Luke, I'm laughing at your comment. Don't like green. I definitely thought that was I feel sick from that that stretching. Don't give it to me. That did make me laugh. Yes, Becky. Okay. So yes, you know what I'm going to ask you. Participate in the chat. What does the term mindfulness mean to you? What does it mean? It's about being in the moment, feeling calm, being present in the current moment, feeling in control. Love it. Love, love, love it. Coming off autopilot. That is such a lovely way to describe it. It's really becoming aware of your bodily sensations, like what's happening, being aware of your inner experience at any time, emptying my head. These are absolutely wonderful. Love that you do have an awareness of mindfulness, because it is why I do these master classes for mindfulness, is because it really does cultivate a sense of awareness, self-acceptance, and mental well-being. It really does. But in my words, and just for the benefit of everybody, everybody knows what it's talking about, but just because I have put this slide in, mindfulness, as you all have been describing to me, being in tune with nature, slowing down, love those responses. Mindfulness is the ability to be fully in the present moment, and we can achieve this by being aware of where we are, what we're doing, by not reacting or feeling overwhelmed. One mindfully and calmly accepts one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations by not attaching judgment to the it says awareness, but it's attaching judgment to the emotion or feeling, really. For example, accepting your feeling as it is and not feeding into that emotion. So, a prime example I use a lot for this is my feelings of anxiety is when you feel it, it can be quite alarming. I feel anxious, not really sure why. But it's being able to go, okay, I feel anxious and that's okay. And accept that that is a feeling, and it will pass. So the mindfulness technique that we're going to be coming on to next is a technique that I use regularly, which helps me monitor my emotional state and responses to stressful situations. A body scan. Now, in the chat, tell me if you are familiar with what a body scan is. Just give me a Y, an N, a happy face, a sad face. A sad face I'll take as no, I don't know. Happy, I'll be like, I know. Yes. Nah. Jess is like, nah, don't know that. Yes, exactly. Great. So we've got some who have, some who haven't. So what a body scan is, just so obviously I'll explain it to everybody, even if you are aware what it is. But a body scan is bringing awareness to your body to help you tune into emotions, ailments, or even like stuck energy that you could be feeling in your body that's causing stress or tension. And exactly as it is, you scan your body like an X-ray with your awareness. So starting from the top of your head, you would exactly as if a X-ray is scanning you, you would scan down your body and tune in to where you may feel pressure, you may feel pain, or something out of alignment in your body. But it's a really good way to check in if you're in a stressful situation or afterwards. It's a really good way to check in to see where you're feeling it. So say, for example, if you've had a really stressful situation or a disagreement at work, could you have a headache from it? Could it be in your heart? You're feeling tension in your heart, or even in your stomach. It could be that feeling of butterflies. And by bringing an awareness, it helps us to be able to address that feeling instead of letting it sit and manifest and carry into the next day. So I am going to be guiding you through a body scan for this session. And for those in the recording, obviously you can absolutely you can do this along with us now. And you can also, if you rewatch the recording, you want to do it again, you can do this again. But again, the same with what I will do with the stretching is I will write down a script for it. So if you want to read to do it in your own time, you can absolutely do that too. So for this, you don't need a pen and paper, but you do need you. So I'm going to ask you to please sit comfortably with your feet on the floor. You can actually have them crossed if you're sat in a chair or if you're sat on your bed or in your living room sofa, whatever is comfortable for you. Just coming into this moment, just sitting comfortably, maybe leaning against the back of your chair, maybe putting your feet on the bottom of the floor. And this is a very short practice, this one, but it is a really good way to tune in. So I like to just roll my neck out before I kind of sit in my final position. Good. So you can have your hands in your lap, you can have your hands on your side, in your arms of your chair, whatever's comfortable for you. Now you can either close your eyes or you can just focus on a point in front of you. I'm going to keep my eyes open because obviously I'll be guiding you through this, but feel comfortable to do whatever you need to do, whether it's keep your eyes open or closed. So take 3 breaths with me. I'm going to guide you to an inhale through the nose and then an exhale out the mouth. So getting ready to inhale. And inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Just feeling shoulders drop, the arms become heavy, and inhale and exhale. Just feeling yourself calm into the moment. And one more breath with me. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth. So now I'm going to guide you through body parts, starting from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. And as I say each body part, bring your awareness to that body part and just tune in what emotions, sensations, thoughts, or tension come up in that area. So starting at the top of your head, coming down to your forehead, and just breathing gently as we do this, coming to your eyes, the mouth, the jaw. Is there tension in your jaw? The neck, shoulders, both arms, top of the arms, down the elbows, into the hands. Are the hands warm? Are they cold? Top of the back, in between the shoulder blades, middle back, chest, the stomach, and the lower back. Are you holding any tension in your stomach? Into the hips. Down both legs, top of the thighs, into the knees, the shins and the calves, the ankles, and the feet. Now tune in to any part of the body that maybe was tense, maybe needs a little bit of focus. Is it the shoulders holding stress? Is it the chest? Or maybe it's the legs are tired from a long day. Now focus in on that part that needs attention right now. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths again. And as you inhale through the nose, you're going to breathe the air directly to that space. So if it's your stomach, you're going to breathe the air, inhale. So inhaling, breathing the air directly to that space. And exhaling, letting it all out. Feeling that area relax, loosen up. And twice more with me. So inhale. Good. And exhale. And last time, sending the breath to that area, breathing in and exhale. Let it all out. And when you're ready, bringing yourself back to the space, whether that's opening your eyes gently, whether it's rolling the neck, rolling the shoulders, getting some movement, shaking the wrists out, bringing yourself back into the room. Well done for taking part in that and just being here and putting your well-being first. This is such important work that's happening here. You're putting your well-being first. So just take a moment to thank yourself. So grab your pen and paper, and I just want you to write to yourself a little note. Thank you, your name, for putting your well-being first. Do we stop and actually thank ourselves? And if you don't want to write it, put it in the chat. Let's let everybody see that you're thanking yourself. Because we should thank ourselves for turning up for these things. So to make sure that we're awake now, we're back in the room, can we have a blue emoji? Give me a blue emoji. Thanks me. Yes. Yes, you should thank yourself. Oh, Becky was first this time with the blue whale, double whammy. I love this little game. Luke, you're not cold. I get it this time. It's blue. Suri's got a blue heart. Love it, love it. Great. I'm glad we are back in the room. We are here. Moving on to our next mindfulness activity, because I'm also very aware we've got 20 minutes left. So I don't want to rush, but if you need to go, please do. There will be the recording after. Oh, I love the little hug one. That's very sweet. I need the hug one, but I'm going to try and speed some things along. So this activity, some of you may be familiar with this. You might have done it. You might have not. This is a really good practice for checking where you are in your life and maybe what needs to a bit more care. You're in for a treat. I love this one. Absolutely love this one. So this is called the Wheel of Life. So is anybody familiar with the Wheel of Life? A yes, no in the chat. Yes, no, no, no. Okay. Right, right. This is a great exercise. So this is known. Yes, great. Okay. Yes, we've got a mixture. Oh, we've got a big fat green X. I love that. I actually really like that. I love that we're using emojis as much as possible here. So this is known as the Wheel of Life. So the Wheel of Life looks like a pie, contains different areas of our lives that make up us, our interests, our personality, our beliefs, things like that. So these are different categories in our life that we would explore throughout our lives, essentially. So as you can see here, I'm going to use my little mouse. So we've got 8 different slices of pie, and in each different slice of pie represents something to do with our lives. So we've got spiritual and essence. So that would be things like your spirituality, religion, your beliefs, your values, the way you view the world, you as a person, friends and family, health, finance, business and career, personal development. So things like skills you want to learn, hobbies, things like that. But hobbies can also be fun as well. Love and fun. So the idea is that we go through each of these slices of pie and we rate from 1 to 10, 1 being least fulfilled, 10 being fulfilled, most fulfilled or really fulfilled. You would fill out where you feel that slice of pie is. So what I'd like you to do in this exercise, because I would like you to do it while we're here, even though we've only got like 15 minutes left. So what I'd like you to do is create your own Wheel of Life. Now, you can either draw this in your notepad, or you could just write S&E for spiritual and essence, and then equals the number. So grab your pen and paper, or if you want to write it down, you can also use like your laptop and take notes on your laptop, whatever works for you. I do encourage writing with pen and paper because journaling is really a really good way to gain insights that we wouldn't necessarily get from typing. But I totally respect that some people need to use the PC, and I encourage use what is right for you. So By working through this exercise, we can help identify areas of our lives that we feel stuck in, that maybe we need more care in, but also it's a really good tool to reflect what's going really well in our lives as well. So the idea of using the wheel of life is that it would look something like this. So, for example, this person is fun is 8, so they feel quite fulfilled in their life, that they've got a lot of fun. But then spiritual and essence and personal development are 5s, which is medium, but they're probably the lowest when we look at this as a whole, right? So business and career here is highest as well, at a 9. But what that means is, there's always still room for improvement, but it just kind of gives you an awareness of where you feel at in different areas of your life right now. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to play some music, and I would like you to, in your notebook, reflect on where you feel each of these sit for you. I'm going to play some music now. Okay. So this is a reflection. That's some sick beats right there. Thank you. That was I See Fire, lo-fi version from The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug. Literally, fantasy lo-fi is my jam. It's my jam. If anybody wants it, I can share it at the very end. I can share the playlist. So this is a private practice. You don't have to share this one. Yes, I will absolutely share that for you. I will make sure I do that at the end. So this is a private practice. You don't have to share this in the chat. But moving on, just take a look at your numbers, however you filled that in, and look at your scores and reflect what comes up for you. Is it a surprise, the numbers? Is it pretty spot on and you were aware of these and it feels right? That's yep, that has that score, that has that score. So take a look at maybe what stands out for you. What feels like it needs addressing right now? What do you feel like looking at this that you would like to go away and address? Again, you can put this in the chat if you want, but you really don't have to. So looking at that, what seems important right now for you to shift your attention to? Or are you already working on that area in your life and you're like, yep, I'm aware of this, I'm already working on it. That's great. That's a good reflection tool as well. But if there is something you're already working on, is there something else that you want to shift your focus to and work elsewhere? So for this second part of this activity, what areas of your life do you want to prioritize right now? So you can also focus on increasing one that is already really high. So say, for example, one is an 8, but you want it to go to a 9. It's not always about what's the lowest needs addressing. This is a reflective and a reflection exercise for you to become aware. So personal development has come up. So using that as an example, what I'm going to ask you to do next is now we're going to make a plan of action based on what you feel you want to prioritize. So it could be the one that maybe needs the most work or the one that needs the least work, but there's a lot you still want to do for it. So I've put the headers up here again. So here's the topics. So I'd like you to pick 1 to 3 of these that you would like to work on, that you'd like to go away and reflect on. So have a think and make a note in your notebook or on your PC which one you'd like to focus. For those that have just joined now, welcome. There, I am recording this, so you can absolutely go back again and watch this all from the beginning because coming in halfway might not make sense. So I will make sure I'm going to aim to get the recording out tonight so you can watch the first half of it. So picking 1 to 3, um, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you've picked one. If you picked one, thumbs up. I'm going simple thumbs up this time. I've been so creative the whole way through. Why did I choose a thumbs up? Amazing. Great. Getting all these thumbs up. Fab. So now you've got your chosen categories, your chosen slices of pie, essentially. 1, 2. I've put 3 here as an example, but you might have only picked 1. So don't be put off the fact there's 3 here at all. So now looking at what you have chosen, now what I'd like you to do is write one action linking to that topic, slice of pie, that you can take or work on in the next 2 weeks. So I've put up some examples here if we're feeling a little bit stuck for it. So if you're looking at spiritual and essence, it could be starting a new self-help book. It could be discovering your values. Maybe you're unsure what your values are. And I've put a little bracket website for this. There is actually a really good website that you type in and it gives you lots of scenario-based questions that you pick or choose. I can see nodding here. If you want that, give me a give me something green. We're going back to green. Oh, sorry, Luke doesn't like green. Give me something give me something red in the chat box if you think that would be helpful. Yep, okay, amazing. Right. I'm going to make a note of that before I forget. So, 10 values website. It's really good. It kind of gives you your top 5, 6 values, and it's pretty accurate. I've done it as well. So my number 1 is health, which is really, really important to me. Mental health, physical health. This is why I do these workshops. It is literally so important to me. So, okay, I'll send that around. So that could be something that you work on. You discover your values. What are your values in life? Friends and family, you might want to text a friend that you've been thinking about for a while. Maybe they've come up in your thoughts every now and again. Maybe a memory popped up on social media and you think, hey, actually, I want to reach out to them. You could arrange a video call or a coffee with a friend or a family member. So health, what you could do for that one is you could find a video on YouTube. I've just given the example here of a 10-minute workout in boxing. Now there is so many things on YouTube that you could Tai Chi, yes, love that, Alexi. Start reading or writing a new yeah, absolutely. That would definitely be something that, you could cover lots of things off with that. You could cover personal development with that. You could cover spiritual in essence. That sounds like a great action. Is that for you? If that's for you personally, love that. Oh, you're asking the question, start reading or writing. Either. You could honestly do either. My example was meant to say reading, start reading it. But you absolutely could. Yeah, both could work. Yes. So the last exercise we have is a writing mindfulness one. So I am coming on to that. But we are coming up to it. I said this was only be an hour, but I really want to make sure everybody gets the most out of this. So health. Yep, you could obviously find a 10-minute video online. Booking that eye test that you need. Is there a dentist appointment that you've been putting off for a little while? That's just one step that you can take towards your health today. Finance review your outgoings. Maybe there's too much that's going out at the minute. Maybe there's things that you just don't use anymore. Maybe there's direct debits that are just really old and you've forgotten about. Or open a savings account. I'm just going to share Becky's for health. I might start cooking more healthy meals as I also find that to be a bit of a workout. Yes, when there's lots of pots and pans involved. It gets hot in there. It's basically like working out in a sauna, right? When you do that. I hear you. That's 2 birds, 1 stone. That is, Becky. Love it. So business and career, you could create a vision board for where you see yourself in 1 year's time. Maybe you want to you want to step up to a new role. Maybe you have a project you're going on. And I actually also I do vision board workshops. So if that is something that you're interested in, reach out to me, let me know, and I can let you know when that's next on. I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway next the end of this month for a free spot on a vision board workshop with me. So if that's something that you would like to take part in, follow me on Instagram. I'll be doing it over on Instagram. I'll put my socials up at the end. Personal development, you could dedicate 30 minutes a week to watching videos on a skill you want to learn. So if you want to learn how to play the guitar. If you want to learn how to play the guitar, you could just find a course online or you could find YouTube videos. I use YouTube a lot. Such a great tool. Review your morning routine and how you can make it better. So morning routine was mentioned at the start about how do you look after your self-care. Again, that is also another workshop I put on as well about your daily routines, morning routines, evening routines, and how to have the most successful day, essentially. But you can do that yourself. You can review what you do and how you can make it better. Or if you're writing a book, if you're writing that self-help book that we were talking about, you can aim to write a chapter a month, or whatever works for you. But these are just some ideas. So I am going to finish up the other ones. Love, you could take your partner on a date, but if you're single, you can take yourself on a date. If you're in a partnership, take yourself on a date as well. Doesn't have to be with somebody else. Take a friend on a date. Fun. Pick up a hobby you did as a child to explore it now. What would it be like now? If you skateboard as a child and you don't skateboard anymore, then you pick it up again. Maybe wear knee pads though. I don't want to tell anybody to do anything without safety first, okay? And play that video game you've wanted to for ages. A lot of the Katrina said she'd fall off. Then wear knee pads, please. Please. So play that video game you've wanted. There's a lot of people who I have reached out to for this that work in games. So we work in games, but do we play games? Okay, coming on to our last exercise of the night, I would love to know, obviously I did say this was only going to be an hour, but I really want to finish this. I want you to just put in the chat, is anybody okay to stay an extra like 10, 15 minutes after, or who needs to go? Because that will help me work out. Yeah. Oh, you're fine with that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. If you do need to go, that's totally fine. Like, don't feel pressured because there will be the recording. But I am really keen to not rush this because it's really important that we do use this time for our mental well-being. But it's really good to see it most say yes. If there's anybody that does have to go, don't worry, there is a recording for it. So coming on to our final activity for the night, and then I just have some end of some notes at the end. So we are nearly there. Is mindful journaling. Now, writing was mentioned already. And I cannot thank you, everybody else, for messaging and saying you can stay. Really, really appreciate that. Obviously, on the recording, if you're doing this on recording, it will be like real time. So that's why I really want to try and stick to real time as well. So journaling is something that I personally have actually been practicing for 5 years. And I literally I could probably say I've been doing it for 5 years every day. And it has honestly improved my anxiety incredibly. It's such a great tool to use to cope with stress. And I'm going to pull out the scientific stats here, but it has been scientifically proven to boost well-being for so many reasons. Some of the reasons include it helps you accept emotions and feelings rather than judge them. It reduces negative emotional responses. So, say if you've had a stressful or a confrontation at work, by going away journaling about how you felt about it or how you would have dealt with it or how you wanted to deal with it, gives you that closure on a situation, gives you a chance to actually do what you would want to do instead of feeling like put on the spot. Stress can be really explored and tackled through journaling, and it also gives you lots of insights by writing physically. This is why I really do encourage writing physically as opposed to typing. But if you do find typing as helpful, absolutely do what works for you. So journaling is a really simple and really affordable lifestyle change that you can just add to your morning routine. You could add it to your evening routine. I personally do it when I feel called to do it, but I do make sure I do it once a day. So sometimes it would be as soon as I wake up, I need to get things out of my head, or sometimes at the end of the day to decompress from what's happened throughout the day. But it helps you to combat stress, and it has been scientifically proven, using that word again, to improve your overall health. Exercise and meditation are also two popular forms of stress management, along with journaling. So, what I really wanted to do in this workshop was to cover the three main tools that help you reduce stress. So, exercise, we've done the desk-based stretching. We've obviously done the body scan, which is a form of meditation, and now we're looking at mindful journaling. So I wanted this workshop to be a full rounded experience for physical, mental, and emotional well-being. So I will be giving you, for this activity, it will be journal prompts. So you will need to grab your pen and paper. And I will give you a few minutes on each, and we're going to have the lo-fi again. We love lo-fi. So grab your pen and notepad and become ready. So looking at this journal prompt, and just answer what comes up for you to this question: what is causing me stress right now? So I'm going to play for 2 minutes. Off you go. Okay. Literally just on 2 minutes there. Moving on to the next question. Our next journal prompt is: what are some small steps I can take towards reducing my stress? So what does that look like to help you reduce your stress? Is that going for a walk? What comes up for you when you hear this question? So again, another 2 minutes in response to this one. Okay. So the song it might come off my screen. What is it? Ah, Star Wars. It is the Droid Army March. There we go. Okay. There it is. I was like, my Spotify might come up on the screen. It might pop up in there, but that's fine. I couldn't get any other way around it without telling you. So, okay. So coming on to our last journal prompt, and there's three of these, and I always use these three in stressful situations. So again, you can take these away and write these down, and these can be your three journal prompts that you use during work or maybe at the end of the day. Once a month, you could check in and use this to help you check in on where your stress is. But the last one, and again, another 2 minutes for this one, is what is one way I can show myself self-compassion today? So bringing it back round to that kindness that we show ourselves. So is it by, is it sitting in silence for 5 minutes because our head has been absolutely spinning all day? Is it this is a big one for some people. Is it saying no to something? Sometimes it's really difficult to say no if we get an invitation somewhere or if somebody, does something. And if it's really not working for us today, we sometimes feel like we have to accept. But maybe it's saying no. Maybe somebody says, can you do this for me today? And say, not right now. I can do it another day for you. Is it honoring your feelings? Think about what way you could show yourself some self-compassion and some kindness. So by self-compassion, I mean that kindness, that love to yourself. How could you be kind to yourself today? Okay, 2 more minutes. Okay, I actually didn't check the time when when I started this, so I'm hoping it's 2 minutes. I hope I'm not doing under. But if you need to come back and journal after we finish this, please do. So, but coming on to our final plan for today. So, creating a quick plan of action for yourself based on what we've learned today. So, we have gone through desk stretches, so looking after our physical well-being. We have gone through a body scan, looking after our mental well-being, emotional well-beings. That one is more for actually. And then obviously we've just done some mindful journaling, looking after our mental well-being. So, create a quick plan of action for yourself in response to these questions up here. So, first bullet point, what is one thing you'll do today what is one thing you'll do every day to put your well-being first? So is that something like you will have a glass of water every morning when you wake up? Is it you'd like to read 5 pages of a book every day? Is it you'd like to do your desk stretches? Just saying. Is it you'd like to do them once a day, every day for 5 days? What is something that you would like to do? And next question. What is one thing you'll do every week? What is one thing you'll do every week? And that is the same to put your well-being first. What is one thing you'll do every week? So one thing every day, one thing every week. Is it that you will go for a hour's walk once a week? Is it that you will uh, make sure that you stand sit stand desk, or if you stand a lot, if you sit down for a little bit? What is one thing that you can do every week to put your well-being first? And then the final bullet point for your quick plan of action is, what is one way you will move every day? And that movement can be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it could be an hour. What is one way that you'll move every day? And it could be something you do already. Maybe you walk to work already, or if you work at home all day, is there a lap you can do around your estate? Think about one way that you can move every day. There's For me personally, I do yoga every single day. 10-minute videos on yoga, absolutely fantastic. You just load the video up, boom, 10 minutes, done. Sit at the desk and start the work. So that can be really helpful as well. So we have come to the end of our session. So we are nearly here. I just have a few more points to make at the very, very end. But I just want to say thank you so much for being here, for sticking it out, for putting your well-being first. So before I kind of wrap up, can you give me, I want to see boxing punches. Yep, love it. Love it. I want to see your favorite emoji in the chat. Give me your favorite one. What is your most used one? Your favorite one? Just want to see that before I start wrapping up here. A snail. I love that. Actually, that's gonna be my new favorite. Love it. Yes. I got hands up. We got that the monkey with the eye. Yep, I love that. Oh, see no evil. Run it. Yep, Luke. I love that from earlier. Running everywhere. Brilliant. So, if you enjoyed today's session, now as I've mentioned throughout this as well, there are many ways that you could work with me, come to another masterclass or workshop or whatever. But as we know, this week is all about Mental Health Awareness Week. So this is why I'm super passionate and super keen to make this workshop free, because, I hope that you feel that you've gained a lot of valuable insights from this. Wellbeing is how I coach. It's how I help people in their lives to up level. But I hope that through what we've done today and having that awareness, it can help you realize how important well-being is. So if you enjoyed today's session and you would love to kind of come to something in the future or work with me in the future, I love the little like chicken sue me. There are many ways that you can do that. I do obviously these free workshops every now and again. So absolutely follow me on my socials and things like that, and you can see that. But obviously, there's different ways that I coach people. So there may be something in your life that, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I can see your comments as they come up, and I like to try and address them as they come up. That is such a wonderful comment. Thank you. Um, if you think that, there's something that I can help you with, whether that's overcoming a stressful situation that maybe you're working through, maybe it's adding more mindfulness to your life, or maybe you're working on a really exciting project and you kind of want some extra accountability. There are many ways that we can work together, and I really would love to have the opportunity to share it with you. And also, I'm going to be adding some extra bonuses right here, some other little freebies, some little offers and things like that that I've got going on that I want to make you aware of. So I offer one-to-one coaching. So how I help people is through one-to-one, where we work together to address where people are to where they want to be. So we do that by unraveling limiting beliefs, fears, reasons why people maybe have stopped doing something that really works for them. Maybe they've become stagnant and they want to relight some energy in their areas. So by doing that, I obviously work through those limiting beliefs, and then I help create an achievable and realistic plan of action to help people take steps towards their desired goal or desired outcome. So some of the examples that I have coached clients in, I've listed up here. So there may be something in here that resonates with you, whether that's your life goals and ambitions, right down to career development, finances, management, and leadership. Self-love is obviously my absolute biggest topic as well, and learning how to put yourself first and love yourself. So if there's something that isn't here, and you think, oh, I'd really like to have like a chat, absolutely do it, because what I do offer, and this is the first freebie of the night that I really want to share with everybody, is that you can work with me for 30 minutes for absolutely free. So you can get a free coaching session one-on-one, and there is no obligation to sign up at all. It is literally completely free. The reason I do that is I encourage people, and I encourage people to take this opportunity, is because I want to share the power of coaching and share the power of well-being and how far you can actually go in your life by having somebody there that you can offload to, keep accountable, talk through those fears. Just having someone completely outside of your kind of like of your inner circle can help you feel comfortable to offload and talk through maybe what next steps to take and feel safe to explore ideas as well. So the first freebie is, yep, you can work with me completely free for 30 minutes, no obligation to sign up at all. For businesses, so it's got two sides to me here. So we've got one-to-one, and also for corporate coaching is, as I mentioned at the very start, I come from Creative Assembly, which is where exactly where I started my well-being coaching. So I delivered their mindfulness sessions, one-to-one coaching that I did whilst working there. So moving into self-employment now, this allows me to expand to other businesses and other gaming studios that I get to help more. So some of the services I offer for that is I offer wellness at work one-day training, a program which is encouraged for staff members to attend to help them. It's basically, today was like a sample of it, essentially. Um, Wellbeing talks. So I just come in and deliver talks on different topics like burnout, things like that, and mindfulness sessions as well. So the mindfulness techniques in here can be really kind of like honed in and personalized to maybe what that business or studio is looking for. But I am offering a freebie as well. So if you think that this could be helpful in your place of work, I offer, and this is a summer offer only that I'm doing, free wellness evaluation of your wellness initiatives at work. So maybe you have some wellness things going on at work. Usually I would speak to kind of the team responsible for putting them on. So maybe it's HR, maybe it's support team. But what I am offering for the summer is that I would work generally on an hour call. They present to me the wellness initiatives, and I help businesses review them, understand why engagement might be low, how to increase engagement, and also offer feedback to promote more wellness in the workplace. So that's my second freebie of the night. This is the second one. And some little extras I'm throwing in here as well. And I promise we're nearly done. I'm really conscious we've gone over by like 17 minutes. So I promise I'm nearly done. But I have a workshop coming up in June. And for those that attended this today, you guys will get a lovely discount code. That will be coming out in the email tomorrow. But I really wanted to offer you something if you enjoyed this workshop today. That's called Go and Get Your Goals. And that is exactly as it says on the tin. It's guiding and encouraging. So instead of a one-to-one format, it's more of a group coaching, listen to a webinar format to go and understand what your goal is, how to break it down, and how to actually get there. I'm also offering a spring offer on one-to-one coaching. So either 5, 10, or 15 sessions. There is a discount attached to that. I'm also throwing in, for anybody that signs up in the next month, they will get a free past workshop that I've done, which is called Letting Go and Forgiving. So it's all um, about forgiving and releasing and letting go of negative energy, essentially, and the methods I do to do that. But another little freebie, which is, this is the easiest one to access, is, so if you enjoyed today and you leave me an honest, obviously I'd love a 5-star review. If you leave me an honest review on Google and fill out my feedback form, which is coming out tomorrow, I am in the process of writing my ebook, which is called Embracing Calm, and it is a workbook to tackle anxiety, overthinking, and conquering. Basically, that's stress, essentially. It's valued at $14.99, but if you do both a review on Google and fill in my feedback form, you get it for completely free. It is a 40-page workbook. It's absolutely jam-packed with activities, with information on how to address anxiety every day. So it could be in the workplace, it could be maybe social anxiety, things like that. I will provide all these details in an email tomorrow, because we are 20 past, and I really appreciate everybody being here for running over. I really appreciate this is run over. But this is an example of the workbook. So obviously this is a workbook that it's in process. It's not releasing till next month. But if you do the review and the feedback, you'd get it earlier and you would get it this week. So there's a little snippets there. Obviously, it just like explains one of the snippets I've added here is how anxiety physically affects the body. So it gives you an understanding of what anxiety is, because anxiety is really common. And it is also what I'm most experienced in. And I wanted to write it into an ebook to share to help guide people with actual tools to combat it. And I'm not gonna you can pause here if you're on the recording. If you want to see, these are some of the testimonials I have already. They're on Google, they're on my website as well, but I'm not going to sit here and read these because that's just like braggy, right? But you can see that you can see obviously the clients that I've worked with. Does anybody have any questions? And Abdullah, thank you so much for your lovely comment. Enthusiasm is just amazing about topic. Your energy can be felt through the distance and the screen. That is so lovely, especially because it's so late for you as well. I really appreciate you sticking around. That is honestly so kind. If anybody has any questions, pop them in the chat. But I am also I'm just reading a comment as well. Thank you, Sumi. That is honestly so lovely. And I have been thinking about a podcast. I have. But I actually do a YouTube. I vlog instead at the minute, so I'm on there. Um, Oh, don't worry about that. But if you have any questions or if it's maybe you kind of need to shoot off, I am going to be sending a follow-up email tomorrow, but here are my socials. So I am on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, which is where I talk a lot about mental health and I talk about a lot of my personal experiences with it. And that's why I am so passionate and why I have done so much training in well-being and mindfulness. I also have a website which you all would have visited to book onto this. And but my email address, if you have any questions, you can absolutely message me. You can send me voice notes on Instagram, whatever. I really welcome you messaging me, even if you don't sign up to anything. I just would love to be able to help um share my knowledge of well-being. But that is it. We are done. We are done. I'm so sorry for keeping you 22 minutes after. But I really wanted to make sure that because the energy, everybody has been absolutely amazing. Um, I really wanted to keep that energy up and really make sure you got what you signed up for. So thank you ever so much, everyone. To send off final, can we have some animal emojis in the chat? Give me your favorite animal. I would love to see an animal or your favorite one. The blue whale. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes. Seeing all these wonderful animals. Thank you so much for your wonderful comments. I really appreciate that. I have also, before we forget, made a note of the values website and the lo-fi playlist as well. I've got both of them, so I am going to add them in the follow-up mail. Oh, we've got some couple of monkeys there, so I will definitely follow them up, and I will follow all the details up for what we've talked about. And obviously, you'll get the recording for this as well. So, I was only going to have it for the week, but I'm actually going to extend it indefinitely, so it will be online forever. So, if you want to share with your colleagues, your friends, please do. I would really love to help as many people with well-being as possible. So thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate that I've just sat here and talked at you for nearly an hour and a half now. But thank yourself again for turning up, for being here, for doing these activities, because they really do help when it's practicing like going to the gym or like learning a instrument. It takes practice, but you do reap the rewards and benefits of it. So I hope that I will see some of you in the future again. Thank you so much for your wonderful comments. Have a great evening, and I will see you soon.